I'll ask a couple that I want to get to, and then there are a few remaining here on the list. Are there opportunities for you in like working with either national or state, provincial government agencies where they want to collect sort of bigger data and you kind of help consolidate that so they have a better sort of vision of what's going on in their regions?
Yeah, we've seen some of those come through the sales pipeline. I mean, some of them are slower. I mean, we work with the USDA in the US through FarmDog. I'm more excited about opportunities to maybe share and integrate databases. Obviously, like collection work, we'll think of, but I've found in general government takes a real long time to get organized, and we think it's better to go kind of like direct to grower through the agronomy market or supporting agriculture retailers.
With your aggregate data products, would you ever get to a point where like people sell and they're free, of course, weather data out there where you could provide like, oh, I'm going to fire up my farmer forecast map and I kind of get a sense of where there's arid conditions, or I don't know, I'm not a farmer, but
yeah, so even
like that?
even in Farm Talk today, a bit of the ethos is like we're trying to create one app. So we can remove apps on your phone that you need to check, like all the better. So we've integrated weather data into it. So like it pulls up your GPS location and shows you, your kind of 7-day forecast. There's much more complicated weather data sets. IBM has lots of information, interesting weather data, and like a lot of farmers buy weather stations and have a pipe of that information directly into the farmhouse. So how it all kind of becomes complementary to decision making, it's not our core, but like we're an open ecosystem, and like we would just API with any company that either our customers were asking us for or approached us to say, hey, this could make sense. But weather is like the most important piece of data that farmers care about, like every hour of the day.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Can you talk about, there's a question here on your revenue forecast without talking about M&A because you can't really forecast that. How much, what kind of growth can you put on organically, you figure? What kind of range?
So I think there's like two folds to it. So when we do buy these businesses, we believe we can grow them, 20 to 50%. So that's one side of it. And we're seeing that in every one we've built where we've started to grow. I think like how does the model shake out over time? I think probably we can do 30 or 40% organic growth right now, given what we know. But again, I think there's the potential for faster as FarmDog productizes more. We've got an engineering team that's working on this whole idea around what can we build for the nth user. So again, like a few years ago when we were service only, I would have said, I don't know, maybe we'll clip around at 20% and that'll be good enough over time. But I really think we're starting to approach this idea of not incremental revenue growth, but exponential. And it's because we're becoming a product company. So I don't know if that answers the question, but I generally think that the progress is quite great. And, as we start to build deeper synergies and vertical integration, and as I mentioned, like the agronomy companies that we've acquired, for every dollar of revenue that they're soil sampling, there's $1.50 of analytical revenue out there through our labs. And it's just a matter of, how quickly can we integrate them in. So I think we've got quite a bit of runway ahead.
All right. And I guess related to that, a question here, how quickly have you been able to convert new AUM, I guess assets under management or acres under management, probably acres under management, to add digital services?
So I think if the question is asking like if it's a data collection customer, what is the rate that then they're becoming a multi-product buyer potentially? I don't have the information at our fingertips, partly because we'll get that data sort of midway through Q3. Like all the sampling business we did this spring, we're talking to those customers today, and we'll either be providing, whether it be crop protection recommendations this month, next month, and then going into yield analysis. So I think it's probably better to think about that in a couple more months. But in general, like the uptake has been really positive, and I know that we're definitely compared to last year, we're selling a lot more on the conversion. And I think even last year, if you look at our financials, we we grew our analytics business about 2 times faster than we did our collection business. So that means that we're converting a lot of our customers onto the more digital platform.
All right. All right. Well, we're out of questions. I'm kind of out of questions for now. We've been on this for an hour, so that's sort of a good level of time. Are there any things, Dave, you want to, as we wrap it up here, to highlight or just summarize the situation?
Not particularly. I mean, I think it's one, if anyone, discovers this or is listening today, wants to reach out, all ears and happy to spend some time with you, helping you understand our business model a bit more. I think if you parallel it to other public companies, again, I think the healthcare, kind of consolidation tech space is a really great parallel to agriculture. Like, we're digitizing farms. There's all this, kind of value to be created by providing, analytics and recommendations. But the multiples to acquire businesses to get your footprint are far less than currently you see in healthcare. Also, I think thinking about Boyd Auto Group as a real strong comparable. If you look at what Boyd was doing back in like 2004, they were buying, one collision shop every other month, and now they do 2 or 3 a month, and it's a $4 billion company. I think the same kind of, idea really rings true in ag. I think you can buy, these local businesses that are highly fragmented, but on top of it, we get this, technology wrapper on top with what is all this data going to be worth at the end of it. So, to me, I think it's nothing new from a public market standpoint of consolidating fragmented markets, and I think agriculture is really ready for it. So we're excited, and this is the year where we've really started to see exponential growth, and we think that's going to continue. And I think, if you're an investor looking for a growth story, Deveron's one to definitely try to digest and think a little bit about.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. That was good. That was very interesting.
Thanks,
Nice catch
thanks
up
for having us.
a few years. That was good. And like how the pivot's gone. So thanks a lot. And maybe we'll get you back again in the future as things unfold and can see how things are growing.
You bet. Just let us know.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Take care, everybody.